The Medium, written by Menotti, who, by the way, is Italian born, but became an American citizen and wrote his works in English, and they are basically considered American operas. This particular opera, The Medium, was premiered and written, composed for Broadway. And it was indeed done on Broadway. I remember seeing it on television when I was little. Ooh, I shouldn't tell you how old I am then. But in 1947, which is the same time, I mean weeks after the premiere of The Medium, the great hurricane, supposedly the greatest hurricane, the worst hurricane of all time, came through Lake Pontchartrain and wiped out Metairie. Post-war became the Cold War, the Iron Curtain. And we have people in our cast from Budapest and from France. That would be Baba, who is the psychic, her daughter Monica, and Toby, who is an assistant, an orphan, are from Budapest. And we can say that they escaped and got to New Orleans. So for all those reasons, it seemed to be a perfect choice for us. And honestly, it's a real foil to Gianni Schicchi. I mean, you go from the tragic to the ridiculous, and it's a big sweep. So I think that will give us some hills and mountains and valleys to explore with your emotions, and we'll have a really good time. Gianni Schicchi was toward the end of Giacomo Puccini's career, and even though he is one of the greatest opera stars of all time, I should say, he didn't really write much comedy, and this is really the only complete comedic opera that he composed. It is based on loosely Dante Alighieri's comedy, Divine Comedy, and there's a mention of this man in there. So it is around the Renaissance that this story and this original plot was born. However, because that's a little inaccessible in so many ways, even for us, even for me, I thought that it would be more fun, perhaps, for Mississippi audiences to see us make an effort to do it in Mississippi. So that's what we're doing. We're doing Opera Mississippi's Gianni Schicchi in English in 1992, Mississippi, between Jackson and Natchez, which is where we will be working as well. And we will use Mississippi facts, Mississippi landmarks in our version. I will say also that because of the plot line and the fact that it was written, at least the story itself, in the Renaissance, and they took this story from that time, the idea of a Renaissance and people who are complaining and not trusting and concerned about their security and their wealth, and not liking the people coming in from rural areas into their big cultural city, are disdaining those people, and they end up, this particular family, who is desperate for the money that their relative will leave them, they hope, on his imminent death, which will happen tonight. So that kind of helps you know where we are and why we're there. I want you to know, though, how much I honor the amazing genius of Puccini and Forzano and Dante, and that I do everything I can to honor what they want. And I have to also appreciate operatic tradition. I mean, that is something that is going to be present too. So I don't think you're going to miss the essence of what Puccini and Forzano actually intended.